Yeah, so we had no idea what the show was going to be called. We were kind of trying to guess. There were like blogs online that you could kind of see. But when we were down there, I mean, obviously at one point they were like, all right, you're an F-boy or you're a nice guy. But to our knowledge, it was like, okay, just hide what you are, because the whole premise is you hide your status, and eventually they'll know. So we didn't know if it was going to be like, I don't know, like Bro Island or something. I don't know. We were just, it could have been anything. We just didn't think it was going to be that.
When did they reach out to you?
So in 2020, I made a good bit of money. I invested in a couple companies, and they reached out to me, I think, around like August. We didn't shoot till like that March. So, dude, they reached out to me, and they kept reaching out to me, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do this. It's going to be bad for business, etc. I talked to a couple of my business partners, and they were like, you know what? Just do it, man. So that's when I was like, you know, fuck it, I'll do it. But I didn't get the green light until literally the day after my birthday. They called me. I was super hungover in Miami, just got out of a strip club. And they were like, yo.
Sounds on point.
I know. And they're like, yo, do you want to be a part of this show? I was like, all right, cool. And I knew I was going in there as like how they explained it at first, like in the interview process was, you know, a bad boy versus like a nice guy. And I was like, I'm not a nice guy. Because I was like, what do you guys even classify that as?
Yeah.
So they reached out to me, and they reached out to me to be a nice guy on I didn't know what the name of the show was.
I could totally see him being a nice guy.
So around August, they reached out to me and they said, we need more nice guys for this dating show. And I was like, all right. And they explained the fuckboy versus the nice guy. And this is when I just met Hannah and I was doing the app. And I went through the same process as you. And I was like, oh, is this good for business or what should I do? And I was like, you know what? I kind of like Hannah a lot. I don't know what's going to happen with the app.
Yeah.
And then I didn't do it, but I was going to be, I don't know if I would have fully made it, but they were interviewing me to be a nice guy.
Well, I love that. I mean, yeah, you have to choose the girl, man. I mean, in my episode,
that's interesting coming from you, but
I was dating a girl, and like right before the show, she was actually with me when I got the call to go on the show. And I was like, yeah, you know, it's just a call from this TV show. It's like some challenge type of show or whatever. Like literally, and then like a day after, I was like, yeah, I'm out.
How'd you take it? How long were you guys together?
Man. We were probably together from when I first got the initial call, because I was actually going to do Love Island with her, and then I was out in Vegas and I did something that I shouldn't have done. And I got kicked out. So I started
kicked out of the city?
Kicked out of like the show that I was going to shoot before. Yeah. Okay. And then, so probably like that August. So we were probably talking for like 6 months leading up to it. We traveled the world, did a lot of cool things together. How I ended it now, like when I look back on it, yeah, it was really fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a good look.
Okay. Shit happens. You've learned.
Yeah.
Lived and learned, growing. It's funny because I know the show had to classify, you know, fuck boys and nice guys for like the show's sake just to make an easy differentiator. But I kind of define a nice guy as like also manipulative, because I think a lot of nice guys like, you know, are pretending to be nice just to get sex or get something from the girl. Yeah. And I kind of separate like good guys versus nice guys, because nice guys I think are very manipulative in their own ways. And they kind of just hide who they truly are or hide their true intentions.
You know what that tells me? Is that at one point in life, he was dating some chick. And after the relationship was over, she probably had like some kid who acted like it was her best friend or whatever. And like they were like good friends. And then he probably like came in and smashed.
You know, I don't.
Did that happen? Because that happened to me one time.
But I've seen it happen a lot.
I had that happen to me. That's what I was gonna say.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, and yeah, they try to friend their way into pussy or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So on the show, can you directly tell who the nice guys were versus the fuckboys? Or is it just a big mix and you had to figure it out, like you said?
Yeah, so me and my boy Casey, who was like my best friend on the show for season 1, we hit it off right off the jump. Every single dude was trying to hide who they were. For us, we put down a little list of who we thought was who, and we just like passed it along to each other. And I think we missed like maybe like 2.
Out of how many?
Out of
24.
Yeah, 24.
So there's 12 women, 12 men?
No.
Oh,
24 guys, and you had to all judge each other.
There was 30 dudes that came in to the show. So in quarantine is when we wrote our list, kind of.
Yeah, so 3 women and then 30 guys competing for the 3 women.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
How was Nikki Glazer as a host?
Dude, Nikki was good. I mean, I did some little like improv stuff with her in season 2. I love Nikki. I have nothing bad to say about her, man. Yeah. She's great. it was funny because all the dudes that like weren't talking to the girls at one point were like, "Yo, screw this! Like, I'm going for naked."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I said. I probably would have tried to do.
yeah.
So now, out of the 3 women, can you tell if they were gravitating more towards the nice guys or the fuckboys?
In my season, well, in season 1, I mean, every single girl chose pretty much a fuckboy.
Yeah.
Even the dude who ended up being a nice guy for CJ. I mean, well, he just texted me the other day and said he's having a kid, but he was going in there like a giant fuckboy, and I don't know how he was somehow a nice guy. But in season 2, I think season 2 is the same thing. Every girl wanted pretty much a fuckboy.
Yeah.
They'd hang out with like a nice guy for a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, like he's nice, he's sweet, or whatever," and you know.
Yeah, I think like you said, right? You were going on the show for an intention, right? To get a blue check mark, to get some credibility in LA,
Yeah.
and I feel like the women would probably do the same thing. It's like, I don't really want to go on the show to find love. Like, I want to go and get my name out there, and fuckboys are probably hot. Let me sleep with some fuckboys.
Yeah. I think, and then I also think like a lot of the girls that were on the show wanted to have kind of that, you know, relationship that, you know, kind of blows you up in the social light. Like, for example, like Too Hot to Handle, Harry and Francesca.
Yep.
Like, all the girls are kind of trying to have like that type of relationship with the guys.
Yeah, you
some
got painted
point.
as the villain, but it's like everyone's there for the same type of reason.
Yeah,
in
a
their
lot
own
of
way.
people. A lot of people were, but no one, like even in season 2, like none of the dudes had the balls to be like, "I'm taking the money. Sorry, let's end this."
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how it ended? Well, do you know?
I don't even know how the show works.
Okay.
So now I know that there's 3 women, 30 guys.
Yeah, half are nice guys, half are F boys. Go on dates and stuff like that with them. You're barely with the girls, so the only time you're really with them is like when you're on camera. So like it's not like there's other shows like Love Island where like you like stay in bed with them. Same with like Too Hot to Handle and stuff like that. The only time you really get to kick it with them is like whenever you're on camera, and then at the end you have to reveal your status about like episode 7. Meanwhile, people were getting kicked off every single episode, and then at the end, the girls choose the guys, and if they end up choosing a fuckboy, like he can take the money and end the relationship, or split the money with the girl and be in a relationship.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So how far did you make it?
to the end.
You were the...
Yeah, I was the only person that took the money over the girl. And was like, all right, deuces. I'm
And
So
out.
then-
that's why you're painted as a bad guy, because you took the money?
Yeah.
That's the
And
smart
then
decision.
they pulled, well, they pulled the rug out from under you.
Yeah,
after
and
that.
and then they had me donate that money to a charity of Sarah's choice, which ended up being like Ashton Kutcher's fund for like child sex trafficking.
So you had to donate the money because you chose the money?
Yeah,
But why would they give you a choice then?
I don't know. They
To see your morals, dude.
yeah,
See what you
they
wanna
pulled
do.
one on me. The reality is what happened is Sarah got so fucking mad whenever I took the money over her, and she like cameras off, everything like that. She was just like, I can't fucking believe you guys. This is a women's empowerment show. Like, how could
Really?
you do this? Yeah.
wow.
And then they were like, all right, yeah. So we're gonna
Ooh.
we're gonna
So it was
donate
all
this.
authentic. It wasn't staged, this incident.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that last part that you
Yeah.
said. That's
Shit, I kind of want to watch it
That's
now.
really interesting.
Yeah.